down, and I don't know if y'all have met me before, but my name's Erica, and about 10 years ago, I was placed on hospice with a rare terminal neurological disease called Shaw-Drager syndrome or multisystem atrophy. I was 28 when my dad died, and a part of me went with him. My body was beginning to shut down, and nobody could tell me why. Doctor after doctor said it was stress, and I told myself the same thing, but I kept getting sicker. One day, I was in a room with a patient, and I passed out, and I never made it back to work. Eventually, I was diagnosed with Shaw-Drager syndrome. It is a rare, degenerative, and it was supposed to be the end of my story. My marriage ended, not in anger, but in heartbreak. I didn't want to burden anyone, and especially not the people who loved me. I just wanted to slip away quietly in the night without causing any pain to anyone. I moved into a little place, and I tried to make peace with everything, but life has a strange way of nudging you toward hope when you've given up. And that nudge came in the form of a neighbor who would later become my next husband and my best friend. A man who loved me attentively, fiercely. We blended our families. We made memories. We made a life. And then I was placed on hospice. They told me that I would pass away with 6 months to a year. So, we lived like anyone would do. We lived like I was dying. And for a while I was. But then I made a decision. I wasn't ready to die, not yet. I came off hospice and started new treatment. Slowly I began to feel my body again. And then something miraculous happened. I got pregnant. I didn't know until I was 32 weeks along. The disease had masked the symptoms of pregnancy. We had just a few weeks to prepare for a new life after spending so long preparing for death. And then, during my C-section, I died twice. The second time, I lost all the blood in my body, and I left. I watched my husband watch me die. And I tried to leave him with a little laugh, quoting my favorite singer-songwriter, John Prine. And I said, Venus de Milo can have my arms. But what happened after that wasn't just a medical emergency. It was something much more. I saw my life and realized I was a pulse with the earth. I was plugged into the earth. I felt the rhythm of the universe. I felt people I had lost. And I saw other worlds. Time stopped, and I knew without words that I wasn't alone. I was part of something much bigger than myself. When I died, I didn't feel alone. I felt connected to everyone and everything. And in that vast space, I realized something simple and powerful. We're not meant to be divided. Not by politics, not by beliefs, not by money, not by religion or class. We are one another. We belong to each other in ways that we don't always see. And if love is the only thing that matters in death, maybe it should matter a whole lot more while we're still alive. When I came back, nothing in me was the same. Because here is what I believe now. We do get to choose what happens to us. Maybe not the diagnosis or the heartbreak or the loss, but we choose what it becomes. We choose how we carry it, how we live with it, and how we rise above it. I chose to become more alive each day, more awake to the beauty, to breath, to the miracle of ordinary days, more aware of every second, every smile, every word. I chose love, not as a soft thing, but as the strongest force I've ever felt and known. And I chose to let it lead me, to build with it, and to become it. And through my next marriage, I learned that love isn't just about grand gestures or romantic ideals. It's in the small daily acts, like making a cup of coffee when I'm too tired to get out of bed, holding my hand in silence when the world feels too heavy, or taking care of me when I can't get out of bed. Or love isn't something that we give or take. It's something that we become in our shared moments. Because in the end, it's not about how long we live. It's about how deeply we love when we're here, and how bravely we remind each other that we are one another. And it could be as simple as looking someone in the eye and reminding them that they matter. Maybe it's listening more deeply to stories of people we don't agree with. Because in the end, love and connection are the only things that last. And the world needs us to choose that every single day. I have been struggling with some. I knew this wasn't my lesson, but my God, have I learned from it. I want to tell y'all today that I have wanted to feel every ounce of pain that has come with this surgery, because I know pain is a great teacher. I've spent a majority of my adult life in pain, and a lot of you can relate to that and feel that. And I know your hearts are weary and tired from it. But I want to tell you something. We are stronger than any obstacle we face and any challenge that we need to overcome. We have to embody the love that we need to see. How many regular people... I'm sorry I didn't... Okay. Let me just look real quick and see who all was in here. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for joining me. I want to say that I've had like these epiphanies through this experience, and I want to share them all with you. I know that the universe has a beautiful way of aligning us with exactly what we need. And if you are pure of heart, you will be rewarded. You've got to stop reverting and regressing. Everything that happens in our actions and my reactions. So I would get up every morning and get dressed. And so that was my goal through this surgery. Like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get dressed. And I was so freaking frustrated with myself. And I pushed myself to the extreme limits. Like, some people will say, like, it's too hard. And I think it's easy to do that. Because when you face obstacles and challenges every single day of your life, then you start to feel like you're weaker. But then there comes this breakthrough moment when you know that you have something deep inside you that can make it through anything. Anything that you're faced with, any obstacle, any challenge. And I'm going to tell y'all something. My entire life, I have been challenged, and I've made it through every one, and I know I can continue to do that. But my message has helped myself through this, because unconditional love is when we love ourselves. And we offer ourselves the same amount of love and compassion and grace that we offered so freely to everyone else. And I'm going to tell you something. It is hard to offer that to yourself all the time. We are our own worst critics. Like, I think if this was my mom or this was my mother-in-law here, I would be patient and kind with them. But I am so hard on myself. And I know that, like, my message to y'all has been like, love yourself enough, love yourself, offer yourself the same amount of loving compassion and grace that you offer so freely to others. And that is one of the most challenging things that I've had to do, even in this situation, because I know I would not ever get frustrated with anyone else in this situation. You just had a major surgery, and of course I'm not going to get mad if you can't get up. So I have to stop and remind myself that part of my message and part of the things that I've been telling all of y'all and giving back to y'all and saying, like, love yourself. Maybe that message was meant for me in this time, in this space, because I've had a hard time laying here and not being able to do. I've got some cross stitch and I've got some crossword puzzles and things like that. And I've got, of course, y'all know I've got my journal, and I've been writing in that incessantly. I want to talk to y'all about something that's just so unbelievable. Like, when I think about my life, I think this should be a movie, because it's like you can't make this stuff up. I lost my golden retriever like almost 3 years ago. Her name was Sadie, and she ate one of my neighbor's chickens, and he took matters into his own hands and ended her life. And I knew that that would be taken care of. And so I reacted from a place of love and understanding and compassion. It was hard. Trust me, I wanted to go and cause a ruckus. But I wanted to show y'all something that happened to me this weekend as I'm laying up in my bed. I don't know if y'all can see him, but he's laying over there. I don't know if y'all can see him. I can't reach too much. But this man, not the man who took my golden retriever's life, but another man and my mother, said, look, I have a golden retriever and I need him gone. I can't take care of him anymore. And so Ranger has come to me this weekend. I told my husband, I was like, if you don't want me to get him, I totally understand. I'm not able to take care of him. We just got a dog. And the universe has a beautiful way of working things out. And just when we think, like, are our ancestors or our flames still with us? Sadie sent this dog to me, and it has been up on the bed by my side and kept me company for 2 days now. And when we can be our authentic selves, and when we can truly step into the love, and when we truly stop questioning things and just trust, things always have a way of working out. And I know for a fact when I tell y'all things that I'm not just feeding you toxic positivity, because I see it every day in my own life. I see things working out. And if you have the mindset that this universe is conspiring for me, and yes, that does not mean that we won't have hardships and go through challenges and obstacles. But when we say, oh my gosh, this is working out for me, this is happening for me, I can learn a lesson in this. And this surgery has not been pleasant. This surgery has been so rotten. I have about 6 incisions like this. And I finally got rid of my drains and my catheter, so that's a good thing. Oh, that is so precious. The golden retrievers are like my spirit animal, I swear. They are just, they like to eat, they love people, and they'll just be the most loyal things ever. They're just... I'm going to tell y'all something that's not real easy for me to talk about. I had a vision after surgery, and I'm going to tell y'all something that they are trying to make us scared. They're going to try to make us scared. And when I say they, just take it for whoever you want it. It's a repeating energetic type, and we go through all these cyclic changes, right? Like we go through cycles. And during this surgery, this is wild, and you don't have to believe it if you don't want to, but my pecan tree came to me. And she said, you are connected within the earth right now, and I want you to see what is about to be done. And she said, I want you to prepare and get further rooted. And maybe the universe knew that I would not take the rest, so they've put this surgery directly in my path so I would rest and conserve my energy. I have a... God. I hate this story and I don't want to share it. My husband works on a construction crew. I've told y'all about that before. But this weekend, I'd had some dreams like last summer, and I kept checking in with him and said, please just tell your immigrant families, like your migrant families, we're here for them if they need us. Like, just, they're so loyal and hardworking, and they've been so good to us and our families. And this last week, I didn't think it would happen in rural towns. I told my husband about a dream I had. And one of his workers, who is married and has children here, was pulled over. And he didn't have all 45 required documents that he was supposed to. So he was deported. We can't find him. I don't know where his wife and children are either. And this is doing something to me. And I know that Sadie sent this golden retriever to help me cope with this. I wish I could do more. I don't even know where to start and what to do. But I'm going to tell y'all something. We can't continue to be divided. And we can't continue to be okay with dehumanization of other people. It is wrong it makes for easy political fear, and I just can't. I cannot understand. Love is the only thing that we can do from now on. I can't tell y'all how this has affected me. And my husband said I wasn't even going to tell you. But you had that dream. And it's going to get worse. And I know that. And I'm here. I know I'm meant to be an anchor and a key and to be the love. But Jesus, we've got to band together and like hold this energy and this love for people and continue to be a safe place. And I don't even know how we do that. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it means, but it just guts me. At the end of the day, we are all one. We're all interconnected, and we all have to look out for one another. And during my surgery, I was shown some things that are going to look pretty scary. And the Pope's death is one of those things that is fulfilling a so-called prophecy. And I'm going to tell y'all something, that this is being done to make us fear. There is like all the energies here right now. The ancestors have shown me like these cows that they've bred specifically for this moment in time. Something that was done to cause this to happen. And look, it reminds me of that poem. There was a famous poem out of the World War II, like this priest saying that whenever they came for the Jews, he didn't care because he wasn't Jewish. Whenever they came for the books, he did nothing because he wasn't an author. And then no one does anything until it's ready to affect them. Yes, thank you, Cassie. First they came. And I'm telling y'all, the vision that I got was, I know that any moment free will can change the outcome of anything on this earth. And that's why I'm telling y'all that I'm hopeful that this message, my message, that I've had to struggle through life to get, I'm hoping that it can bring hope and peace and love back to earth. I'm so conflicted right now. I know it's not. My mom sat with me this weekend, and she thinks very differently than I do. Most people in my area think very differently than I do. And I cried to her about this man and his family. And I said, what must his children think? What must his wife think? Where are they? Where are they going to take him? Why can we not find him? Like, it's bothering me. Used to, like, before when this has happened, I've been able to write letters and get some kind of information. There's no information. And I can't physically go there right now. So I think this had to happen to piss me off. Because, you see, I don't get angry. But I'm really angry right now. And I know that you can take that anger and turn it into pain. Turn pain and anger and frustration into purpose and power. And I think it's time to do that, guys. We can't be complicit. The message about the cows is like, they've bred these specific cows so that they can make us think Like, I was taken to this facility and they showed me that these cows were bred specifically for this prophecy. It's like a red heifer or something. I don't even know the prophecy. I'm just telling y'all what I was shown. And then, like, this lab created, just, I don't know if I want to go into all this, like, the things that we're being shown right now and the things that are being done are to make us think that this is the end of time, to make us react and overreact. And look, I don't know, I don't have all the answers. And if anyone does, if anyone says that they do, they're wrong. They don't. They know their way and what works for their tribe. During surgery, the 3 red heifers were shown to me, and then the Pope died, and then, so it's like all these things that I sit with and don't know what to do with them sometimes, because it's bigger than me. And I feel like the weight of that is, like, okay, so I made 3 promises when I came back, that I wouldn't go into conspiracy theories, that I wouldn't cause unnecessary fear, and then I would talk and keep talking and share my truth and what I'm shown. And so I know it's my responsibility to sit with things so I know what I'm delivering to you, because spirit and energy have a very different way of communicating with us. Sometimes it's very literal and sometimes it's very metaphorical. And it's my job to sit with that and know before I tell you. And sometimes I'll try to do that in the form of a poem, so it's not so hard to swallow. Like, it's a little less of a hard pill to swallow. And I know that any moment on this earth, any outcome can be changed. Last night, I sat with my daughter. We had people over, even though I'm, like, still in the bed, because everyone wants to be here or whatever. And last night, my daughter was sitting, my youngest, my 3-year-old, was sitting in the bed with me. And she said, "Mama, what's wrong?" And I said, "Nothing's wrong." I said, I had surgery. And I said, "Mama just has to stay in bed for a little while." And she said, "No, Mama, what's so heavy on you?" And I thought, my God, how is she so conscious and empathetic, and she is destined to change the world and do great things, but we all are. We all have this power within us. And I want to tell you that no matter what prophecies you see coming true, know that you can change your prophecy and an outcome at any moment. And think about, I remember, I don't know, Thomas told me a story about, I don't know the indigenous tribe, but he said one time, like, the father, a fortune teller or a seer saw that this man's son would die by a bow. He would die by a bow. So his father spent all of his time keeping him away from the hunts, keeping him away from all these things, because he was terrified of the prophecy. But if that man would have sat with his son and showed him how to use the bow properly and how to avoid confrontation and war, he could have saved his son and changed the prophecy. So I'm telling y'all now that we can change the outcome of this. We can change it. And how we change it is we love. And we love hard and fierce and attentively and intentionally and unconditionally. We don't just stop loving people because they don't think like us, or we don't understand how they could believe that politically or religiously. We love them fiercely because they are part of us. And we have been different versions of ourselves all in this lifetime. I know I have been a much different parent for each of my children. I've been a different person throughout my life. And if you are doing life right, then you're growing, changing, and evolving. You're not going to be the same person you were before. It's up to each of us. We have a choice, and we do get to choose what happens to us. We do get to choose how we react and interact. We can't, maybe the choice isn't, like I said, in the heartbreak or the loss or the diagnosis, but it is about what you do with it and where you go with it and how you handle it and rise above it. I'm reading some. Thank you, Shannon. She did choose me. I know, Gemma, they do want us to be fearful. Thank y'all for all y'all's love and support. I'm still in quite a bit of pain, but I got in trouble for not taking my medication like I was supposed to, and I was sweating and shaking, like not from the medicine withdrawal, but like from pain. It was from pain. So I have to continue to stay on my medicine because they don't want my stomach to get tense. But the drains coming out and the catheter coming out, all that stuff is good stuff, and it's on the right direction. So we're going to keep going. Okay, well, I think that's all I've got in me for today. I just wanted to let y'all know that y'all are loved. Don't be scared, and know that all of us, each one of us, have chosen to be in this time, in this space, so we can make a difference. Thank you. Nurses make the best patients, don't they? Nurses are, I'm kind of non-compliant when it comes to some things, so I love y'all, and I just want y'all to know that, we can do this, and we can change the outcome. You have to have your intentions and your energy in the right place, and just keep going, keep swimming, and don't, let's say, go lead with love, okay? Lead with love. If y'all need help, I'm here. I can talk and message. Thank you, Northern Light. Thanks, Juma. Thank y'all all so much. I feel the love coming from this collective, and I know that we are all destined to do great things and be part of this new way on earth. And I know that. I truly know that. I do. And y'all are all part of it, and I appreciate y'all so much. I'm grateful. And let me leave y'all with this. Love isn't something we give or take. It's something we become in our shared moments. Because in the end, it's not about how long we live. It's about how deeply we love while we're here. And how bravely we remind one another that we are each other. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon.